Hello, this is Jamar Brown again. And what I thought I'd do is to kind of break down the 7 pillars of distinction in a bit more detail. You know, when you give a keynote presentation and there isn't time for a Q&A, I'm sure there are some things that you enjoyed hearing and made sense. I thought I would just take some time and really kind of walk through each one and kind of discuss the how-to of each one of these seven pillars of distinction. And the first one is listen to your own voice of distinction. And from the stage, I talked about how everyone has that voice inside them that really is trying to guide them, is trying to tell them what they should be doing with their life. And oftentimes, the people around us tell us why we shouldn't be doing certain things, and we can tend to depress that voice. Everyone has that voice. We talked about Oprah Winfrey, Barack Obama, Steve Jobs, and even yourself. And there's some things that you are being called to do. So the question is, how do you identify that voice? And there are a few things to think about. One thing is, what do you find yourself thinking about most often in your life? What are the things that you really enjoy doing? What are the things that, whether you get paid or not, you find yourself doing and thinking about, whether you're at work or whether you're at home? For me, it's always been writing and teaching. And I've been writing and teaching since I was a little kid. And no matter what goes on in my life, I always find time to write. I always find time to speak to people, to talk about their success and their dreams in life. And that is my voice. Everyone has that voice. And here's a tragedy. Let's say that you don't listen to your voice. And let me tell you a story about if you don't do that. And there's a movie called Troy starring Brad Pitt, who I'm sure all of you know. And in the movie, Brad Pitt plays this warrior. He's the greatest warrior of his time. And they ask him to fight in the Trojan War. And he's thinking about what he should do. He's not quite sure. So he goes to the person that most of us go to in life, our mother. All right. So he goes to his mother and he says, "Mom, I've been asked to fight in this war. I don't know what to do." And I'm paraphrasing. And she says something like, "Well, if you don't fight in the war and you stay home, you will live a long, fruitful life. You will get married. You will have beautiful kids. And you will have great grandkids, and your grandkids will love you and remember you. And then when you pass away, their kids will still remember you. However, their kids after them will not remember your name. You will fade away in history. However," she said, "if you go fight in this war, you will become a great warrior. You will be admired by people for centuries. They will write books about you. They will remember your name forever. However," she said, "you won't come home." And that's one of the choices we have to make in life. Do we want to follow our path and be remembered regardless of the consequences? Or do we want to just stay where we're at, not listen to our voice, not become who we're supposed to become, not follow our purpose and passion in life? And either way, it's okay. But the question is, do you want people to remember your name? You have a voice, and that voice needs to be heard. So that's the first pillar. Listen to your own voice of distinction. The second pillar, I talked about this whole idea of stop setting goals, because we discussed the fact that goals are limiting. You know, when you set a goal, you achieve it. And I remember having a goal of becoming, getting a job at my first company out of college. And I get the job, and then you kind of feel a little bit deflated, because you go, is this all that is there? Is this what it's all about? And the question is, why is that? Why is it that when we do achieve a goal, we don't feel complete and fulfilled? Or why is it that we don't achieve our goals in the first place? And part of the reason for that is that the mere definition of a goal is the end point, the terminal point of a race. That's when things end. In life, whenever you accomplish something, that's when things begin. And we have to look at it that way. So instead of thinking about your goals in life, think about who is the person that you are trying to become. And I call that your excellence. What does excellence mean to you? Don't just say, "I want to be a father." Well, what type of father do you want to be? I want to be a professional. What type of business professional do you want to be? I want to write books. What types of books do you want to write, and who are they going to inspire? So think about what you're trying to achieve in life as excellence. And that is the person you're trying to become leading up to achieving what you're trying to achieve. And then what does the achievement of that mean for your life long term? What is your excellence? Very important to think about that. I also talked about in the third pillar, the snake and the reindeer, and I told the funny story about how the snake bit the reindeer after the snake tried to make the reindeer really believe that he really wasn't a snake. My thinking, and sometimes controversial, is that it's either black or white. The people you hang out with are either helping you or hurting you, and there's no other way to look at it. The people in your life are either encouraging you and helping you, they have your best interest, or they don't. And it's really important to surround yourself with people who really and truly care about you. They may not always say the things that you want to hear or that you like to hear. Some of my closest mentors and advisors have made me extremely upset. However, I knew that in their heart, they believed in me and they were telling me something that they felt could really make a difference in my life. And life is as difficult as it is. And especially as you start to listen to your own voice of distinction, you start to, follow your purpose in life, you'll be met with so much adversity and so many people that will tell you why you can't do it, why you shouldn't do it. You're not capable, you're not ready, you're not talented enough. Who are you to do this? Who are you to do that? And that's never going to go away. The key thing is avoid those individuals. Understand that they don't know your purpose. Only you know your purpose. And all these individuals like Oprah Winfrey and Barack Obama, think about how many people told them every single day, you can't be president. Why run for president? You can't be a talk show host. You don't have the right weight. You don't look good enough. However, they followed their own voice and they surrounded themselves with people who believed in them. But most importantly, they believed in themselves. So it's critical. Surround yourself with people who really support you. The fourth pillar is how versus why. And I talked about when I wrote the book, What's Your Sales Story, how it took me literally a number of years and really up until the last year of me writing the book, it was all because the book took so long to write because I was so consumed with how I was going to do it. Nobody knows how they're specifically going to achieve something in life. There is no roadmap. You might have an idea. You might have followed other people that have done it. Everyone's path is different. So you're never going to know how. And you can always learn how to do things. You can always learn how to write a book, how to become CEO, better leadership skills. It's the why that matters. Why are you doing what you're doing? What is that inspiration in your life that is calling you every single day? It's like going on a diet or saying you're going to go to the gym. If your purpose for going on a diet, or if your purpose for going to the gym, or if your purpose for becoming whatever it is in your life is not bigger than the hard work, effort that's required to do it, then at some point, it's not going to feel like it's worth it because what's worth it is not big enough in your life. When I think about my daughter and I think about leaving a legacy for her, that is worth it. That's worth getting up at any hour of the morning, going to bed at any hour of the night. It is worth it because she is more important than the work required. And here is the trick. It's not so much work. Because once you are on purpose and you're going after your dreams in life, the journey is incredible and you enjoy the process. To me, spending hours and hours writing, I love the ideas, but spending hours and hours on writing was very difficult at first. But when I thought about my purpose of why I was writing the book for my daughter, I enjoyed the process because I knew I was creating something that was going to be much bigger than me and would have such a lasting effect on her and so many other professionals. That's the power of the why in your life. Think about why you're doing what you're doing. Okay, so the next pillar of distinction is the term gracias. And for those of us that either know Spanish or are trying to learn Spanish like myself, gracias means thank you. There's so much power in just saying thank you and showing appreciation for the individuals in your life that have sacrificed their time and their information and just believed in you. Show appreciation. I can't explain why it is that the more that we show appreciation, the more abundance we have in our life. I don't know why. That's one mystery I don't know. And I also don't understand why when we don't show appreciation, we are not given abundance in life. Things are taken away from us. Or you're met with even more negativity and more strife and more drama in your life. And I just know that whenever we show appreciation for anybody, when you go to a store, when you go to a hotel and you see someone that is anywhere from cleaning the floors or the host at the front desk, say thank you, show them appreciation, make them feel good about themselves. It's so important. I just remember, the times in my life where people have done some really good things for me. And I read a book actually that talked about this concept. And I can't think of the name of the book right now, but it said, you know what? Think about all the people in your life that have ever done something nice for you and send them a note of thanks. Send them an email or a card. And I wrote down a list of 25 names. And I sent each one of them a personal email or a note or a card. And I just said, thank you for all the lessons that you taught me. Some of them were people that were mentors of mine. Some of them were people that I worked with. And some of them were people that honestly at the time told me something that really, quite frankly, upset me. When I think about it now, they told me because I needed to hear it. And I just didn't see it the right way at that time. And now it's just thank you. So show appreciation for what you have because you're blessed with so many different gifts and talents and experiences, unlike anybody else in this world. And really show appreciation for that. Pillar number 6 is the success equation. I talked about that from the podium. What that means is your past thoughts and your past behaviors equal your current results. Your position right now in life, whatever the case may be, is based on your past thoughts and your past behaviors. It's not based on what happened to you in your life. It's based on how you interpreted what happened to you based on your own thoughts and then what you did about it based on your behaviors. And that's a power that we all have that can never be taken away from us. We have the power to think and the power to do. And if we have the power to think and the power to do, then there's no reason why we can't achieve our ambitions in life. And here's how. You have to align your current thoughts and your current behaviors with the result you're looking for in the future. And there's a quote that I came up with, and that is, every action or thought either takes you closer to or further away from what you're trying to achieve in life. Let me say that again. Every action or thought either takes you closer to or further away from what you're trying to achieve in life. And so if you align your current thoughts and your current behaviors with what you're trying to achieve, then you'll take yourself one step closer every single day towards achieving that. If there's a misalignment, if your thoughts aren't right, and if your behaviors aren't right, and they're not conducive to what you're trying to achieve in life, then you're going to be moving further and further away from what you're trying to accomplish. So, once again, your current thoughts today and your current behaviors today will equal your future result. You're ugly. Not you personally, but I told the story of how when I was 13 years old and the bully in the neighborhood called me ugly, and that had a profound effect on my entire life. And I think about all the people in this world that have thoughts and mindsets based on something that someone said to them at a young age. Either something encouraging that propelled them or something that was discouraging and limited them. The power that we have now, if you're watching this program, is you have the power to do something about it. You have the power to give power to others or to keep power for yourself. As a 13-year-old child, when I was told, you're ugly, in one way, I gave power to the other kid because I believed it. The word is I. I believed it. Didn't matter what he said, I believed it. The good news is that I realized that I could use that to compel me to become a great student, to become a great athlete. And that has done wonders for me in my entire career. However, everyone is faced with the you're ugly, you're fat, you're stupid, you're incapable, you're too dark, too light, whatever the case may be, every single day. And you have the power to take that and let it limit who you are and keep your voice down, or let it inspire you to become something great, regardless of what external things happen to you. So remember, you have the power through your thoughts and your behavior to become whatever you want to become and achieve whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to achieve, despite what anybody else says to you, whether they call you ugly or whatever other name they want to give you. So those are the 7 pillars of distinction. And I guarantee if you follow these pillars and abide by them and internalize them and think about them every single day, I guarantee you will get one step closer to your dreams and aspirations in life every single day. And it's been my pleasure to share them with you And I can't wait to see the greatness that you're going to have in your life by following your own voice and becoming the person that you were put on this earth to become.